thank you for the kind invitation to have this presentation. And I'm Antti Jakobsson from the National Answer of Finland, and I have been working with the geospatial area about more than 30 years. So I think I have some ideas what are the next steps in geospatial and location information management, which I'm trying to share with you today. I'm also running this location innovation hub, which is one of the projects that is funded by the European Union, and these are part of the European digital innovation hubs that have now been established in all the EU countries. I will talk a little bit about that as well. So if we talk about general trends, basically, as you probably everybody understand, that the utilization of geospatial data will increase. There's a huge data explosion of data, and therefore the increase of the data will be important for many areas. One of the consequences, for example, what has happened in Ukraine is that there's a need to increase the data governance. So there's a kind of balance with the security issues and balance with the openness of the data. Obviously, there are new possibilities through data integration with other data. Basically, that means that in order to, for example, work with climate change, there's a need to do this data integration with other data. There's a need to work with the climate, for example, with the cities, growing cities, etc. So that kind of smart city initiatives are very important in that sense. So it means that we have to integrate various different data sources together, and that is a challenge in this area as well. Obviously, we can see that there's a merge of the national digital twins in Europe in general. So many countries are now developing these digital twins. And they obviously offer very much opportunities to national mapping agencies as well to develop the production. There's a need, there are more solution on accurate positioning. So we can see that in many industrial areas, for example, in ports, for example, there's a need to manage things and need to kind of know where things are very accurately. So that is one area that has a lot of possibilities. And finally, obviously, AI and high performance computing will provide new possibilities through data analytics. So there's a, let's say, general trend to use this data as much as possible. And create new kind of possibilities or new kind of solutions. In Europe, there's in the European strategy for data, there are a lot of kind of governance and kind of legislation coming. So there's Data Governance Act, Digital Market Act, and Implementing Act on Open Data Directive, and the Data Act. And then now there's also this proposed Interoperability Act. And all of these means that in Europe, these governments have to kind of provide this data more available to European Union use. Available mostly free through this high value data, and then also this proposed Interoperability Act that is not in place yet, but it means that we have to also provide more quality, more interoperable data. Basically, this Implementing Act on high value data sets also targets geospatial data, but it also covers the Earth observation and environment data, meteorological data, statistics, companies and company ownerships, and mobility data. And this means that in next year by June, we have to provide this data freely available through open access licenses, and also in machine readable forms and via APIs. And obviously, EU is thinking this EU data spaces, and in many of these data spaces, the location data has a big importance, and especially this Green Deal environmental data space has a lot of common with these high-value data sets, and especially the Inspire data is very, very important for. And obviously, the national mapping agencies are working to create these national digital twins. For example, Germany is working on creation of this 40 points per square meter data. It should be available in 2025, and update is every 3 years. Another example is from Estonia that already have this kind of 3D buildings, but they also are working on forests. So that is what is happening with the European mapping agencies. And obviously we know that, for example, buildings cause about 40% of EU's energy consumption and 36% of the CO2 emissions. So it is very important to have this kind of high accurate data, for example, from buildings. And we have to kind of combine various data in order to analyze where we need to put the resources on this on fighting the CO2 emission change. Also, EU is working on this Destination Earth, which is mostly concentrating now on this meteorological data, but also there's a link to more accurate data. And it's a 200 million exercise between 2021 2024, and they are also using this Lumi supercomputer located in Finland to work on this 3D Destination Earth initiative. I will not show the presentation, but then finally there are some consequences on the topographic data production. So what we need to do is to need to link data to external data sources. For example, in Finland, we need to link this geospatial data with building registers and other registers. Need to utilize external data sources more than we have used to be doing. For example, link to forestry data, hydrographical data, which are in other agencies. We need to have better data management, for example, persistent IDs and data versions. So basically, if you want to kind of utilize this data, you have to guarantee that you can update this data very easily, and this persistent IDs is the way to do it. We have to have a better quality management, and obviously most of the times. People are thinking that quality means only accuracy, but it's more than that. It's better to know the quality, and you have to accept different quality levels. But if you know that, then you can really utilize this data. We have to use these new production technologies like use of AI, satellite data, better data schemas. There's a need for standardization for that, and obviously new products, more analytical products for specific purposes. So we are moving away from this kind of, let's say, general topographic databases, but let's say producing data for specific purposes. So from one product meeting all the needs to different products meeting specific needs. And finally, a few words about the location innovation hubs. So basically, we started this beginning of this year. It's coordinated by the Finnish Geospatial Research Institute, and we target to help businesses and public organizations to utilize spatial technologies, location technology. We provide tools, testing infrastructure, business and technical consultation and training, and also funding opportunities, and focus on 4 different themes like built environment, bioeconomy, health and well-being, and transportation and logistics, and work on these key technology sectors: AI, machine learning, high-performance computing, and cybersecurity. And it's part of the network that is now established. It's 152 eddies around Europe. We are the only one that is fully concentrating on the location technology. And we would be interested to work with, for example, with Ukraine on this. I have some slides, but I think I'm out of time. But you can look on these slides later. So we work on the data space, we work on the innovations, and work with various test environments. We also have this Location Innovation Academy, and that might be interesting for you to have a look. So if you go to academy.ogc.org, you can have a look on how you can create interoperability, how you work on data management, service management, and data and service integration. It's freely available. So I would recommend you to have a look on that. We can demonstrate now 3D buildings from different countries. This is results from Netherlands, Germany border, where we can share this data, and we provide one API for that, where people can have an access to that. We have a big partnerships with various partners, also international partners. And basically, you can go to our website to have a look what we can offer. So that was my short presentation.